Hey howdy hey. Welcome to You'd Better Ask Brian, where I, Brian the Bunny Rabbit, will be answering your questions. Dush Tunes channel asks, do you like Cookie Jar TV, and TV Burp? Well, you can tell that you're looking at me. Yes, I loved making TV Burp at the time, and I've been inspired by Harry Hill the man himself when we originally did it. A real shame that we've really come to the end of an era. He did have another question saying, can you make a mini-series of Mario Toys Family Superstar? But, I believe he must be talking to the wrong person. Iron Man made a spin-off already 2 years ago called Mini Mario Adventures, which is pretty good if you haven't seen it. Enough said. Anyway, it looks like Wilder Wonka has 2 positive questions. Did you know that Danger Mouse used to air on Boomerang? Oh yes, I did know about that. They also had repeats of the original Rhubarb and Custard, and Thunderbirds. Cartoon Network had Thunderbirds too in the meantime, along with the original Magic Roundabout. And who's your favorite character in the Brady Bunch? I'm not sure, because I haven't seen much of it. Oscar Barnett asks, when you heard that you were going to be the first guest of Series 2 of the Oscar Barnett Show, how did you feel? Me, I was thrilled to be the first guest of your show. It was grand. Thank you very much. Daniel Russell asks, which defunct channels could you bring back from the dead? Oh, the list goes on, doesn't it? I would say, Nick Jr. Classics for a start. Jetix, Bravo, or even Sky's short-lived Galaxy. Low viewing figures was always the problem for whatever TV channel had to close down. Sophie Hansel's pet rabbit Daisy asks, did you go to Bunny University? I suppose I did, yes. But I myself as a teenager, wasn't the happiest time of my life. Over my middle-aged time I've auditioned heavily for me to get a job on TV, but the problem that regularly happens was that the local job center would always be closed. But let's not talk more about that, shall we? FTH Project has 5 questions now. When I start setting up my YouTube channel? I don't know, but my guess is, the same year as me. What's Attack U's theme song name? I've no idea. Do you hate the grounded videos? I don't care about any of that tomfoolery at all, like everyone else. What's Attack #1 anime's premiere date? I don't know, I'm afraid. And who's your favorite voice actress? People I know like Kate Harbour, Maria Darling, Denise Breyer, Sonia Ball, Tara Strong, the list goes on. And my wife Brianna for trying hard to audition for the role of Hecate in the Bright Lunch Show Kit and Caboodle. Very TV has 3 questions. What's your favorite video from my channel? I like all your original work, especially the socks reaction to a video I made for getting 10,000 subs on social media. And I do enjoy ANTV as well, the new TV nostalgia channel that's only available for those in Northern Ireland. And hello to all of you in Northern Ireland if you're watching. Is there any secrets you have that you never told us? Well, there were many. I first met Brianna at a disco party when she was wearing that attractive red dress and a headband at the time, and we were married and we lived together a little later on. My first job was being a trainee cricketer at a local cricket club, which wasn't always easy because I was lazy enough to miss the ball several times. At least a few years later, with the inspiration of listening to songs from Bob Dylan, I went on to become a busker at the local village, and they all think I was a great performer, so I got lots of money, which was enough to get my first job hosting an awards ceremony. Brill. And what TV ripper or DVR does Mayday 51 use? It's not a TV ripper, it's a VHS capture device that plugs in on the back of the VCR. It was a Silvercrest USB video grabber which came from Lidl a while back. It's pretty handy, isn't it? Corey Hopkins of WinTV asks, do you think there should be a Tickabilla reboot in the future? I'm not sure. I myself was thinking about Playdays getting a reboot, or the short-lived Playbox from Rajdal Productions. Or how about both? At least I know once about Tickabilla coming back. An old friend of ours had a dream of the show being recorded in front of a live audience of children. There would be a lot of audience participation if that did happen. For example, let Justin Fletcher say, "Are you ready to do the Tickabilla jive?" And the kids will all be like. And then they'd start dancing whenever a song starts playing. They'd also be laughing in the background during Hildy House to make it like a preschool sitcom. What do you think of that then? Alberto Canetto has 5 questions. Do you remember Atomic Betty? Yes, I did, but not seen it for a long time. I suppose my son Ryan must have seen it more than I have. Have you heard of Little Robots, and JoJo's Circus? I loved Little Robots, and I know about JoJo's Circus from Playhouse Disney. It was produced by Cup of Coffee Animation, whose studios, believe it or not, is a lot bigger than Aardman Studios. Yes, it's true. Do you know about Mini's CITV? Yes, I do. They had some classic shows like NG Benji, Sooty, The Animal Shelf, Hilltop Hospital, and even The Adventures of Spot made a comeback too. And its educational links featuring characters called the Minis were quite good and were a good choice of making today's children educate. What's your opinion on Teen Titans Go? I don't like it. Enough said. And what episodes of Mew Meow are on the Milkshake DVDs? I think they are on Milkshake Treats, The Beaver, and on Milkshake Gold, The Bull. Willow's Minecraft and more has 5 more questions now. Who is your inspiration? Harry Hill. Have you ever met a celebrity? If so, who? Well, me and Brianna always have celebrity guests on Bright Lunch if it's the Spice Girls performing their single, Timmy Mallet with his large mallet giving us a round of Mallet's Mallet, or Tim Vine giving us a right old groan with his widely acclaimed puns. Or what about the time when Alan Titchmarsh gave Hugh and Dusty a chance of taking more care of the back garden? Do you remember Teletubbies Everywhere? Yes, I do. That was a spin-off of the most popular characters themselves and was one of the earliest programs to air on CBeebies. Everything you would see in each episode, wherever it would be counting splats of tubby custard or one of the characters making shapes and telling them what it is explained very basically for a much younger and babyish audience. No offense or anything to you, but I'm talking about the show itself in a child's eyes. I myself am a bit too old for it nowadays. The original show itself has a lot more variety in it with more hilarity with the characters that can appeal with all ages. Would you ever go on Get Your Own Back with Dave Benson Phillips? Absolutely not. I don't want to get my delicate fur coat covered in all that gunk. Let my friend Hugh the Monster go in the gunk dunk instead. Sorry, I just appear to have spoiled you lot, haven't I? And what's your favorite meme? I don't have one, and I'm not very familiar with them at all, I'm afraid. Thomas's Life asks, what was the last standalone hit entertainment DVD and VHS to have the old 1997 logo? That's a very tricky question. I don't know what is the last to have that logo, I'm afraid. Even someone called Aloha on Gala has 5 more questions. What a show this is. What's your reaction when Pokemon Sword and Shield was coming soon? Well, I reckon it deserves to be a hit in the future for generations. Gotta catch them all. What was your first Pokemon game? Pokemon Yellow Edition for the Game Boy Color. Do you like Total Dramarama? No, I don't. I've heard of ITV's Dramarama though. What do you think of the Super Smash Bros. Franchise? It's very good, even though I never played any of the games, or bought any of them. And do you like the Pretty Cure series? No, I don't. Next up, our good friend Jack Williams has 3 questions. Have you heard of the company SD Entertainment? Yes, I have. They were a CGI animation company who did a few revivals like Make Way for Noddy on Channel 5 and Bob the Builder Ready Steady Build for CBeebies, which I'd rather prefer more than the reboot you all know about. And I would also prefer Make Way for Noddy over the latest Oil and Detective remake. One of the reasons was, Toy Town in this series looks just like what it was in Cosgrove Hall's adaptation, but in the new one, it doesn't at all. What's your favorite scene from Monsters Inc? The scare floor scene was funny in my opinion, So were the door chase scenes and the outtakes at the end. And who are your favorite characters in Okie Doke? Why, Okie himself, of course. I also find the Corncracker family very charming in a good way, and I like all the other characters the same. Simpsons Clips 24 asks, have you ever listened to the Jerry Anderson podcast? Oh yes, I sure have. I listen to it every week when I'm on my way to work. The randomizer was very good with the ever so funny Chris Dale looking at Anderson shows, and the fact that he despises Torchy the Battery Boy a lot, and everyone loves Fab Facts, the news, the quick fire fives, and the voice of the Podsterons too. Recently there's a new part of the show called The Plot of Peril, where fans on Twitter and Facebook would come up with their own plots of an Anderson adventure, which is just genius. Jamie Anderson and Richard James, you always make me smile. Next we have 3 more questions from Ruth Barron. What's your favorite Tweenies episode? Let's see. Practical Jokes, Bella's Big Surprise, Clock Shock, Tweenie Sports Day, and the very first episode Tweenie Band. What do you think of the sound of Growlithe the Ice Dragon's voice in the color version of Noggin the Ice Dragon? Crikey, I've only ever seen a few of this. Well, I should point out that he does have quite a posh accent for a dragon. I suppose that's what you mean. Have you heard a song from Bagpuss about a hedgehog, or a porcupine? I think I have, yes. Now UV has 3 more questions. Are you excited for the new Blue's Clues reboot, Blue's Clues and You? Well, yes I am. I've heard it'll be airing on Nickelodeon in the US on the 11th of November this year. And what's more, Blue still has her original voice, and Steve and Joe, the original team behind it, are coming back. Steve will also be directing the episodes too. It's going to be quite good. Do you have any games developed or published by THQ? Well, we had a few like Scooby-Doo Unmasked, Cars, De Blob 2, I Drawn to Life The Next Chapter, SpongeBob and Friends Battle for Volcano Island, SpongeBob Creature from the Krusty Krab, all sorts. And what's your opinion on Chalk Zone? Not seen it, but I have heard it used to air on Nicktoons TV in the past. Louis Walkden has 5 questions now. What's your opinion on Noah's Island? Very good, and it was also produced by Eurovision too. How remarkable. What is a nursery rhyme theatre in number time? Something that was in episodes of the first series, right, with Little Miss Muffet and Peter and Paul, if I'm not mistaken. Did you know that all episodes of the Pingwings and Hattytown Tales have been uploaded on YouTube? Yes, I do know, and I do remember them as well. And what is a gunk dunk? Something from Get Your Own Back that Dave Benson Phillips has to dunk embarrassing parents in, and serves them right too. And lastly, oh, doesn't she look familiar? Pinkie Pie has 5 more questions. I'll answer them straight away. Do you think I'm cute? I should think so. Would you come to my parties? If you're having one at the village, yes. Do you think you can babysit Gummy for me one day? I'm not sure who you're on about. I don't think so. Am I the best pony in the world? Probably, I guess. And finally, do you like my YouTube channel? I'd say it's not bad at all. You did well at least. And that must mean my dinner's ready, or rather, that's all we've got time for this week. Remember to send me more questions, and I'll be seeing you next time. Cheerio.